With my new Dragon Blaster armor, I will be unstoppable! Not so mighty now, are you, Lieutenant Spectre?
Skeletor, you're not the only one with new armor.
You're joking me!
Welcome to another Action Figure Adventures animated review. This time we're taking a look at Dragon Blaster Skeletor. This is based on the Dragon Blaster Skeletor variant from the original line. The vintage figure featured a water spraying action similar to Cobra Khan. The water tank and sprayer was built into a little dragon creature on the back of Skeletor. This is the first MOTUC Classic Skeletor figure to feature the painted monster feet. So you can actually remove his armor and switch parts around with other Skeletor figures that have already been released to create a truly vintage look. What's new about this Skeletor is his armor, the real chain, his little wrist gauntlet, and his dragon accessory. He also comes with a purple power sword, which is typical for a Skeletor figure. He also comes with the third mini comic from the new series that they've released this year with the quarterly variant figures. It features some amazing artwork. There are several giant battle sequences that show off tons and tons of characters that I thought were very cool. And so basically, Dragon Blaster Skeletor does not have the original action feature the vintage figure had, but he does come with a dragon that can plug into his back to make him look like the original Dragon Blaster Skeletor. One of the biggest complaints about this figure from a lot of people is that the dragon's mouth is not open. Like on the vintage one, it had more of a circular mouth like Cobra Khan for that water spraying feature. I like the sculpt of the dragon. It would have been really cool to me if he could have had an articulation joint in his tail up here so you could spin it around. But I do understand they didn't want to use a lot of parts to make the dragon because it would make this variant very expensive. My one other little design thing that I might have changed if I were the ones designing and sculpting the toy. If this chain, or collar piece I mean, was its own piece, when you took off the dragon's head, because it is articulated, you could then remove the collar piece completely. It could slide off, and then it wouldn't always be chained to Skeletor. And I think that would give you some more options. Because the dragon does make him a little top heavy, and the dragon also falls off the peg pretty easily. I had to actually use sticky tack to hold the dragon on when I was animating because it kept wanting to fall off. Dragon Blaster Skeletor is a pretty cool variant. It's nice to have somebody for Thunder Punch He-Man to fight. I don't feel like the variants are must-have figures for most people, so I would understand if you passed on him. He's pretty neat. I'm glad I got him because he's part of my subscription, but you know, if you have one Skeletor, you kind of have them all. This has been an Action Figure Adventures animated review.